want to teach crystal clear math?
That's right, Jesse. I know how to instruct, and you know the students who need instructing.
Alright, so if we're gonna, make math, we're gonna need a safe place to teach.
A&C presents Fixing Good.
Welcome in, everyone. It's time to return with my worst to best ranking. Remember what I said in my top 10 Lost episodes video? Well, now it's time to break bad with Breaking Bad from worst to best. Breaking Bad is just one of those shows that really it's hard to find anything negative about it, but I'm going to try and do it anyway and rank the seasons the way I like them. So let's get things started and let's start ranking this shit. Let's go! Breaking Bad, worst to best, let's hit it!
We tried to poison you. We tried to poison you. Because you're an insane, degenerate piece of filth.
We start off with the worst season of the group, and that season is Season 2. Now, this takes place, and it does have a lot of good stuff in it. I like Tuco Salamanca. I mean, the character is fun and over the top, but he's only in an episode or two of Season 2, which is really fucking depressing because he was just so much fun and energetic. The rest of Season 2 feels kind of long-winded. There's the whole setup for the plane crash going on. There is just a whole bunch of boring stuff. There's Jane, there's this, there's that. It gets kind of tiring at those moments. I'm going to be the only person that's probably going to say this honestly. I hate Jane as a character. I think she's kind of a bitch. I don't care for her, at all. But it's like Season 2 is just taking forever to build that setup. And that's what's really wrong with it. I mean, there is just some good stuff about it in general, but it just feels like we're never going to get there. It feels like it's taking forever to cross the finish line while it's stopping at McDonald's drive-thru for free food or whatever they can and then telling the person that's taking their order their life story. That's how Season 2 feels to me anyway. There's some memorable stuff in it. There's a lot of nice, cool things in it. I mean, I love the chemistry between Walt and Jesse through the show. It's just awesome as always, but I guess because the season started on such a big note and the rest of the note is taking forever to fizzle out, yeah, that's probably my biggest issue with it right there. It's just the slowest season of the group, and that's the only fault I really have with Season 2 at all. It could be better, it could be worse. I mean, it's not like The Lost Season 5, where the entire season is fucking shit with only one good episode. No, Season 2 of Breaking Bad has a lot of good episodes. Really memorable ones. Some that would actually make it on my top 10 list. So, yeah, as a least favorite, I'm going to say Season 2 belongs where it's at right here. Now we're on to a big start of Season 3. And yeah, I know, ranking it just slightly above my least favorite season doesn't seem good because there's a lot of good stuff in this. Well, yeah, there is a lot of good stuff in this. There's the Salamanca twins, who I absolutely love. There is more Tuco Salamanca in this season. I just nearly love everything about this season. And we're introduced to one of the greatest television villains in TV history, Gustavo motherfucking Fring. He will fuck you up. The man is as evil as a corporation goes. I love this character. We get more into Walt becoming more of a badass. This season was so much better played out than the last one. Though there are some slow moments, it doesn't feel completely and utterly winded down. It doesn't feel like it's never going to cross that line. It finally crossed the fucking line, and it's glorious to see what we got here. I love just about every second of this season, and it's impactful. I mean, we get introduced to a lot of stuff. We get Hank actually gets a pretty good story arc too. Throughout seasons 1 and 2, Hank is kind of a douche. Hank is the DEA cop trying to hunt for the Heisenberg, and he doesn't know Heisenberg is right under his nose, which really fucking sucks to be him. But we actually get him to go through more of an arc in this season, which works just so much well. It kind of polishes his character a little bit. And Skylar, even though a lot of people seem to hate her, actually goes through a decent arc too. Throwing Walt out of the house, yada 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 going on. It's just all in good fun. I enjoy this season a lot, and it's probably one of the ones that I visit quite a bit too. It's not my most visited season because it's not my favorite, but hey, it is still worth a good watch with a lot of good episodes. And the season 3 ending cliffhanger with Gail Binnicker is probably one of my favorite cliffhangers that I've ever fucking seen. But yeah, this one is just an average good season. And with Breaking Bad, good is always good. Let's move on to the next one. Now we're on to the show's very first freaking season, Season 1. What do I think of Season 1 of Breaking Bad? Well, it's a strong season. It's the series' shortest season, and it started off really freaking strong. Now, I talked about Season 2 feeling slow, and like, it didn't have enough gumption or air to breathe, or it had too much air and not enough execution. Season 1 was only 7 episodes long, and it was just well freaking done. I couldn't believe what I was watching. At first it seemed really slow, like you didn't know what was going to happen, but damn, once things get going, it's really good. Basically, you find out Walt has lung cancer and he's going to go cook meth to provide for his family and sell it. It's just a basically good character study, and it's this show's strongest season that just really works out so well. Jesse has a great introduction, Walt has a great introduction. You really get to stick your feet into Walt's shoes in this season per se. You feel sorry for him, yet you kind of can see that he is pushed to his life failures, which just is kind of upsetting in its own right. A man his age who just makes 50 spends his birthday with eating turkey bacon or veggie bacon that tastes like Band-Aids is funny. It's still a really well done season, and I highly recommend it to anyone who hasn't watched it. It is definitely the strongest season, and it's a really good starter to get you hooked to the show before season 2 begins. Anyhow, let's keep moving up that list. We got 2 more to go. Next is Season 4. And I was having the thought process of putting either Season 4 or Season 5 at the top spot, but you obviously know what I decided to go with. Season 4 took everything about the other seasons, put them in a blender, and made them improve their taste by adding some awesome kick-ass stuff to it that just works perfectly. There is so many elements to this season with excellent acting, excellent character study, excellent evolution with characters and character development all in one. I love this season. We finally get to see Walt transform into a full-fledged Heisenberg. And for those of you who are not watching Breaking Bad but yet watching my video, seriously guys, what the fuck? You're not going to get what I'm talking about. Heisenberg is a persona that Walter goes by. It's his cook name, or his business name, as one were to say. Anyhow, just everything is just stacked up here. This is a damn near perfect season, because there's so much at stake. Hank's life is at stake, and Walt's life is at stake, his family. Gustavo Fring has shown what an incredible power trip of a villain he actually is, and how maniacal and psychopathic this character can actually be. This was Gus's season, and it just worked perfectly. I think he was one of the set-up characters that was like, hey, we know little to nothing about him, and yet we want to know everything about him because of the mystery of the man that Gustavo Fring actually is. And he's not the only good portions of this either. Walter gets time to shine, Jesse gets time to shine, and one of my other favorite characters, Mike, also gets another great friggin' time to shine. It is just one of the best, if not some of the best elements in the entire series happens in this season. It feels like a roller coaster ride of anxiety going on, and you can't help but love it. Every episode in this season matters. Like, if you skip one, you're skipping them all. And that's really good writing right there. If you miss one episode, you're gonna be completely and utterly lost. You're gonna be like, well, what the hell happened in the last one? There's only one that doesn't really seem to matter in this season, and I believe it's Fly, but it does have more character study to it and character development as it goes on. It's just an excellent season.
Jesus. Mr. White.
Season 5, the best season ever of Breaking Bad, or maybe any TV series that ever had to have been done. I mean, holy shit. I thought season 4 would have made an excellent ending season. They could have ended it at the end after Gustavo Fring passes on. Spoilers, by the way, because who the hell isn't going to watch a ranking video that hasn't watched the show? I don't understand you guys. Anyhow, let me finish here. Like I was saying, you could have finished the show at season 4, and it would have been satisfying to end that. The big threat was out, but instead they throw us some new threats. And they don't just throw us a new threat, they make a character a threat, which is just such fucking good, incredible writing. Walt is taken to a nosedive, and everything going on in this season is excellent. I mean, it all makes sense. With one of the greatest episodes ever that I believe is the perfect equivalent of a Breaking Bad episode, Ozymandias, which is, in my idea, perfection Breaking Bad. It's my second favorite episode of the series, of how incredible it is. We finally see everything just go laid out on this table. We finally see Walt lose the ramifications of his lifestyle and choices finally catch up to him, and it all just eats away. For him to finally take control of his life and become who he was meant to be. Heisenberg and Walter White. He wanted to be the man that he wanted to be. This show has probably the best TV show ending I have ever seen in TV show. Even more so than Lost or The Sopranos or anything else that has ever been done. Breaking Bad is just the equivalent of perfection, especially in this season. Now, if I had any major complaints, it would probably be the character Uncle Jack, because, well, he is a cartoonishly over-the-top villain. But other than that, other than him being a stereotype skinhead, moron, idiot, it's still such a good season with really compelling characters. I mean, if I want to show somebody to get them into the entire show and make them want to watch it, I will show them clips of Ozymandias. If I want to show somebody my idea of a perfect ending, I will talk about the very last episode, Felina. Breaking Bad is awesome, and that's all I've got to say. The 5th season is worthy of sitting on the throne of all seasons. And that's my list for Breaking Bad. rankings anyway. Were you guys surprised by this? Were you not? Tell me in the comments. Always remember, I'm listening.